Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley 1.5 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Well, it's here, another birthday for the fall season, and we are getting close to the end of the first week. Now, today we are dealing with Elliot, and Elliot is a pretty damn decent shopper when it comes to gifts. His favorite gifts are crab cakes, duck feather, lobster, pomegranates, squid ink, and tom kha soup. Now, because tom kha soup requires certain ingredients which I do not yet possess, the best chance for me to give him something nice is to give him lobster. Now, I'm not really sure if the 14 to 15 crab pots that I have might actually have one lobster today. We're gonna see. If I will not possess the lobster, the only other choice for me is to give him the squid ink, and I'm not that keen on dropping off the only remaining squid ink that I currently do possess. Reason behind this, I think both of these which I have acquired, one has been already dropped off at the fish row bundle, were like dropped from the squid kits. And in case you are wondering what the hell is a squid kit, it's the floating head in the mines in the mountains that shoot up the fireballs. These are usually located below the level 80, so yeah, you're gonna have to either kill one of those or theoretically get your hands on a fish pond and put in squid, the midnight squid, or God knows what else might produce actually squid ink. Let's just double check. Yes, so squid kit, squid, and the midnight squid. Both of the squids produce this only throughout the fish pond, and the only other option is the squid kit. So yeah, fingers crossed we're gonna have actually a birthday lobster for him. So, since that is out of the way, let's take a look at the weather. So, I know that today and tomorrow I'm gonna have to do the watering of the crops, which is not honestly the worst thing, all things considered, especially due to the fact that thanks to the gold watering can, it's done around by like 10:30, 11 a.m. ish, so we're gonna be able to process this. Now, fortune. This is gonna be important. Damn, this is not the best, but we will see. Okay, so on the last episode, I was able to give Robin the order for a silo. Now, silo is gonna be important for me because each silo can hold 240 hay for my animals. Now, because I am thinking about removing the corn here and having the corn production on the other side, on this end, I would be able to therefore start utilizing or start construction of the barns. Now, for barns, I will require some decent source of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, once again, recording at the evening, kill me. So for barn, we are gonna require 6,000 gold, 350 wood, 150 stone. And the fun thing is that thanks to the 1.5 version of the game, apparently it looks like the basic barn can now hold both cows and both ostriches. Now, ostriches are super difficult to obtain because you need to get to the Fern Island, which means either reaching level 100 in Skull Caverns or finishing off the community center. Now, if you decide to go with either Jojo Mart or if you decide to fulfill the Junimo bundles, if you are planning on getting the community center done fast, I do not recommend the remix bundles. So yeah. Anyhow, once you get to the Fern Island, you're gonna need to acquire certain quantity of golden walnuts in order for you to be able to free this professor and start acquiring these relics, which can be collected throughout the island. And once you get those, you are given the ostrich egg. And then you need like the there, and it takes like a whole season for the damn ostrich to reach full maturity or something. It's just a whole lot of hassle. So it's more likely you're gonna actually get your hands on some pigs before you're gonna get your hands on some ostriches. But if I will be lucky enough, I'm gonna definitely try to squeeze out as much as I can out of 1.5 version. Not really sure at what time this episode will be airing, so we're gonna see regarding that. But hopefully, you will be enjoying the content which is being published so far on the channel. So, yeah, if we take a look at the snapshot of the current farm, we're gonna be able to see a bunch of fish ponds. We're gonna be able to see that one silo. Now, based on our current reserve of copper bars, yeah, that's kind of a problem. I will require more copper bars because I need just 5 copper bars and then like 100 stone and 10 pieces of clay in order for me to make it. The 100 gold, that's not that much of a concern. The bigger concern is the quantity of the other ingredients and the fact that I will be, of course, once again burning through my stone reserve, and since I want to be utilizing the stone for added fish pond production, those costs will eventually add up. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go and take a look and see if we get the lobster. Obviously, as of now, I do not see it because I'm recording it, and I actually came up with a brilliant idea of like making sure that I have the damn snapshot for the farm. So you should be able to see it, and I'm gonna have to wonder if there is a lobster surprise or not. Now, the previous episode was kind of weird because both nights I spent in split. Okay, that's it. No more recording in the evenings. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with some better system. Okay, so what I was about to say has totally escaped my mind. Okay, this is gonna turn out just great. Yeah, it was about the fact that I slept outside. So since I slept outside, oh my god, thank you, Linus. So, yeah, this time I was fortunately able to be put back into my bed by Linus, but it looks like some asshole took away some money from me. So we're gonna have to make sure that this episode I do not replicate the process which I did previously. But the important thing is that we are starting to collect the gold star quality corn, and I'm gonna require 4 more of these in order to finish off that damn quality bundle. No, actually I have already done that. I need the yams. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. Therefore, I am actually thinking in order for me to save up some money, it would be brilliant from me to load up the corn into the seed makers. This way I can save up some stupid amount of cash, and sure, I do have some corn growing over here, but, I mean, the tortillas on them own can be quite nice. Okay, so unfortunately I don't see what I was hoping for. And that would be the goddamn lobster. So I'm gonna have to give Elliot the squid ink, unless, and this is a big shot, or a long shot to be more specific, the traveling merchant would possess a pomegranate, which I really don't want to rely on. It's really not the best thing to try and hope for. Now, unfortunately, I was unable to load in these 2 kegs on the last episode because I kind of fell asleep in front of them. So, let's load in the lovely... No, I'm gonna keep the mushrooms. Let's keep the lovely... Or let's put in the honey, which I was able to get, and that is gonna give me some meat. So I'm gonna have something other of a value, which can be eventually sold off. Now we are getting our first sturgeon roe, so I will be able to start making that caviar. But first of all, I'm thinking about having Robin build me another silo. So since I was able to smell the additional copper bars, I should be able to put in the request. And I should be able to start harvesting the hay for my farm. And also I see that the kill me, I forgot. Mahogany seeds, or the trees, are finally reaching their full maturity, so it's not gonna be only the secret woods that I'm gonna have to rely upon when it comes to the production of the hardwood. Because unfortunately, for some reason, the hardwood logs are not being replenished at the farm. So, thanks to at least the mahogany seeds, I'm gonna be able to hopefully replenish the hardwood supply. And most of it I have unfortunately utilized on the bait machines. So, yeah, I was able to craft like 4 of them, and that alone cost me 100 hardwood. So, yeah, that's like the equivalent of you building yourself the stables for your horse. I think that structure requires the same quantity of hardwood. So these are gonna be some costly blueprints, especially considering the fact that even Lily's ship, in order to bring you to the Fern Island, will require the same quantity of hardwood. So you gotta keep these things in mind if you wanna actually produce a lot of blueprints which are gonna be able to supply whatever plans you have for your farm. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, why would you do that? God damn it, I hate it when this happens. I hate it when this happens. I'm actually highly considering if I'm not gonna restart the whole day because I just lost an ancient fruit that was just turned into a mixed seed, and the mixed seed is not as valuable as the... God damn it! I hate it when this happens. Well, what can I do? I'm gonna probably just keep on humming and try to forget the horrible failure and betrayal. So now I'm gonna be able to start harvesting the hay. Now each of the silos, as I mentioned or forgot to mention, can house 240 of the hay. So I do have some hay already pre-prepared from the harvest of all of the wheat, which I was able to gather throughout the summer season. And summer season was awesome because I was able to acquire stupid quantities of wheat thanks to all those rainy days. So let's take a look at the damage out of this production. Okay. So unfortunately not that much of a value here. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to make sure that I will be able to go and see Robin. And I was heavily considering one thing. So if we go back inside the house so I can show you the calendar, there's one thing which I have been considered heavily. You all know that I have, or at least you should know, that by now I have been able to acquire 1 star fruit. That was the reward from the museum. I was able to grow it, and now I'm tempted to either keep the star fruit for the garage display, or because it's gonna be more than a week, I'm considering dropping the star fruit into one of the kegs eventually once they are done brewing, and turn it into star fruit wine and use this in the garage display. Oh man. Okay, so Elliot, Robin, and her people. When it comes to Elliot has a specific schedule. Now, his schedule can be dramatically affected by how many friendship points do you have with Leah. They are great friends, so yeah, I also think they are a potential couple, which is why usually during the events you see them hanging out together. Now, because Elliot is the writer, if you do not have a good friendship with Leah, Usually what happens is that he leaves his home around like 8 or 9, then he goes into the museum to read the books, and then around 5 he returns back home. If I don't see him in this window of opportunity, I'm screwed. I will not be able to give him his birthday gift, so I'm gonna have to do some calculated run around and see if I can manage to do this. So I just want to make sure that I have all the required ingredients. So we need 100 stone, 5 copper bars, 10 clay. I do have the 100, so that should be a-okay. Okay, unfortunately, no to the lobster. So I'm gonna have to grab this thing. Maybe he uses it for his writing, who knows, despite the fact that if you enter his home, the writing machine has absolutely nothing in it. And you know what? I have just found out that I do have stupid quantity of acorns here. Now, I'm gonna take these, and since I'm gonna be seeing Robin regarding the construction, I'm gonna also theoretically want to plant anything that I can from the acorn's perspective into or by the train station. The reason why I do this is that not that many NPCs tend to go to the train station, and by not going there, the beautiful thing which happens is that you don't have to be afraid that they would, due to collision in their tracks, which were pre-programmed, demolish the tree theoretically. So I do see the flotsam, but I want to make sure that I do few things. So I want to go see what the traveling merchant has in her inventory, followed by going to see Elliot and giving him his birthday gift, followed by going to see Robin and giving her the request. Okay, so perch. No, we don't need perch, we need the walleye. That's a different fish. Okay, so perch, coconut, rare crow. Do we have this rare crow? 4 out of 8. So apparently no. I think this one can be obtained during the winter seasons, but it would be nice for me to get additional one. 4,000, that's kind of a difficult thing to consider. Coconut, let's just double check. I do know that if I want to make the tomka soup, I do require ingredient like that. Yeah, so you need coconut, shrimp, and common mushroom. But yeah, unfortunately, we get that as a recipe from Sandy when we reach 7 hearts with her. So that is a long way ahead of us. I'm gonna need to start getting these things in order to finish off this bundle as well. But okay, now that I know, I do see the high concentration point, and it's really tempting, but I really want to make sure that I give Elliot that birthday gift. So let's do a run through the village. I will not be getting the rare crow as of now because whenever I try to spend a bit more money, I'm usually having some issues later on, and because it's gonna take some stupid quantity of time for the return on all those crops to start kicking in, despite me planting these things with speed grow and such, it's still gonna take a while. So it's gonna be a while till we get a harvest out of them and till I get a return on those damn crops. So if I am correct, Elliot should be here, man. He should be reading the damn books. What the frick? This should be his schedule. Please don't tell me that I did screw this up. Where are you? Where are you, Elliot? So for fall season, if it's raining, he's all day inside. Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. at home. 11:30 leaves home and heads to Pierre's general store. 5:30 leaves Pierre and heads home for tonight. Okay, well, let's see if we can confirm the information with the wiki. Oh man, I love having multiple monitors. It kind of went a bit overkill, but hey, I was doing this for almost 2 years with just a laptop. And I just got 2 loaves of bread. What's the quest? I could really go for a delicious bok choy. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any bok choy. Son of a beeswax, where is Elliot? It's 3:10 and I haven't done that much. Regular schedule. 8:30 at home. 11:30 leaves home, heads to the library. 5:30. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, if the player has 6+ hearts with Leah, is where he would be at store. Friday and Sunday, if the player has less than 6 hearts with Leah. 11 a.m. leaves his cabin and stands on the dock next to Willie's house. 5 p.m. leaves the docks to visit the Stardew Absolute. I'm gonna kill this guy. Seriously, why do I keep chasing after a guy? And a writer on top of that. I mean, probably I should take some notes from him, but he has even less scripts written down than I do on some of the content, which is something that I'm trying to get processed for the channel. So, fingers crossed, one of us will manage to finish off the script. Okay, so let's see if he is here. Okay, so he is here and he is getting the birthday gift, which is gonna get us to the 3 heart points. And that is great because now we can actually enter his home and I can confirm the fact that he has absolutely 0 pages written down. But since I want to actually make sure that I get at least something done, because I'm kind of afraid that I will not be able to make it to Robin's place because I spent way too much damn time chasing after this spider boy. The silo construction is gonna probably have to wait until tomorrow, which means that I still, however, wanna do one thing. I'm gonna try to see if I can build some, or create, or craft, or whatever the proper term for this thing is. I want to make sure that I will be able to craft some of the damn fertilizer or the speed drill for the trees. The reason behind this is that I want to kick off the keg production. Unfortunately, kegs do require oak resin, and there are only a few other ways for you to obtain it. The best way to do so is through the tappers, and tappers just take forever to fill in the bottles. So if you want to have a bunch of sheds filled in with kegs, or theoretically if you want to utilize the kegs or preserve jars or cheese makers or mayonnaise machines as a fence for your animals, which you now theoretically can't really do, it would make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, you cannot bypass the oak, and unfortunately there is no way for you to get it. I mean, Georgia Mart sells you white fungus soda, but they will not sell you year 2 crops or anything fairly usable. So, yeah, like oak resin. You can theoretically come across oak resin in the mines if you slay the correct creature, but the drops of the oak resin are super rare. And yeah, traveling merchant, she might have it, but I might have seen like 1 or 2 bottles, but I have never seen something like a couple of episodes back during the summer season when we came across 5 ancient saints in her inventory. And even that, I'm not sure if it's heavily affected by the remixed drops which she can provide me with. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see regarding this matter. But the acorns, I definitely want to plant at least like 10 of them minimum. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I get there, but as long as this high concentration spot keeps giving me stuff, I'm gonna keep casting. So I was able to fish out at least something, and despite the fact that it's not the luckiest of days, I'm getting some treasure chest, and I was able to get at least some copper ore and some bait back. So, ooh, diamond. This Neptune's Glaive, 18 till 35, 26 till 42. Yeah, I might theoretically sell this to the guild hall. So since I'm going up there eventually, I just need to make sure that I get there by like 10 p.m. stupid quantities of coral here, and I see another high concentration spot. So, actually thinking I'm gonna fish out a bit more because I don't know, I'm a sucker for punishment. Damn it, I could have bought more rice from Pierre. I knew I forgot something. Okay, is there anything which I can... Yeah, okay. So what are the chances I'm gonna catch something which I cannot keep in my backpack because I'm currently fully occupied? Oh, of course, you're gonna do that to me. Awesome. That is just so polite. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Another spot? What the frick? Unfortunately, this one is super close to the shore, so I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to pull off any miracles. I would certainly kill for those iridium quality halibut, but that's not this season's fish, so yeah, I'm gonna have to rely on these other species, and honestly, the anchovies or the sardines can be utilized for the maki rolls, so I'm gonna probably just do that. Some of them can be sold, of course, as well, but I'm gonna require some more rice for it to be a profitable thing for me from the energy point of view. Okay, you're just giving me seaweed, and I refuse to use up the bait for that. So how about we go to the farm? I will see if I can craft the tree speed grow, and then we're gonna go to the train station, and I'm gonna try to plant in a bunch of acorns. So let's go bus stop. Okay, we do have some wild plums here and a maple syrup. Wild plums are theoretically required for the foraging bundle, but I would need like 20 of those, so... do we have any wild plums stored over here? I don't think so. Oh. Damn. That's unfortunate. Okay, so all of these things can be sold, and I'm gonna keep, like, probably these 4, and with the combination of the seaweed... Yep. Also, one of the diamonds are gonna have to be dropped off into the second fish pond with the lovely, damn it, I need the clay, with the lovely sturgeons, because they always request that as the first ingredient. Let's make some magic here. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna smelt these. Now, I'm gonna require a whole lot more stuff in order to make some of these other things more profitable. Okay, what kind of fish do I have on me? So if I drop off you, and you over here, I should be able with the remaining things to make more maki rolls. So we're gonna leave it at that. I have utilized all the seaweed, which is fine. Now, when it comes to where the heck is it? Come on. Okay, fertilizer for the trees. 5 fiber, 5 stone for each. Whew, that's gonna be especially kind of tricky due to the fact that I have some stone in my inventory as it is. But okay, let's see, I wanna go 10, 20. And we need 100 of these boys. I want to make 2 more pieces of coal. I need to drop off the fiber. Corn. Okay, so 6. I'm going to be able to replace one of these. They unfortunately take 14 days to reach full maturity. So without the use of speed grow, I don't really know if I want to go with additional corn. Strawberry seeds. You know what? If we split these into 3 and 3, I'm gonna be able to get 3 more strawberry seeds. I'm gonna be able to get 2 pieces of coal. The guild hall is opened till 10. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go and sell the sword. I'm gonna at least see if the wild plums have any value. Okay, so this is basic one. Okay, so I was able to pick up 2 basic ones, which means I'm 18 down. We wanna go to the mines. We wanna sell the sword before 10 p.m., which is at what time this place should be closed. Now, if I sell the sword, I'm gonna get at least a bit more coin in my pocket. So tomorrow I'm gonna go see Robin regarding the construction of the second silo. Yeah, I know I totally botched this, Linus. We're still not even at 4 hard points. That stinks. Okay, buddy, if I find you inside of your tent, would you take my mushroom? Okay, awesome. So that means that I'm gonna get the wild bait recipe. Yippee! And this is still one of the most disturbing cutscenes in the whole game, for me at least. So yeah, you're gonna have to leave your feedback on this or tell me what is more disturbing than the sounds which the fellas make when they enter the tent. I was hoping you would come by sometime. Sure, buddy. What you got? I wanted to say sorry for mistrusting you at first. Most people don't treat me well, so I've learned to be cautious. But you've been uncommonly nice to me. You're a unique person. And I consider you a good friend. Aw, that's so nice. Hey, I wanted to show you something. Come inside. I said it's weird. Yeah, I'm not even feeling comfortable right now reading the first sentence. See this? It's special kind of fish bait that I make. It's top quality stuff. I eat it myself. Here, I want you to have the recipe. So that is the recipe for the wild bait. And thanks to the recipe of wild bait, which unfortunately utilizes certain things such as the fiber, bug meat, and slime, it's a tough competitor, especially if you want to be making the oil makers, which will cost you 50 slime each. So you better make sure that you slay those slimes or your plants are gonna have some serious problems. Okay, so we are talking acorns, right? So I want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that there is a gap in between these boys. And they are gonna get the fertilizer treatment. Now, from my personal experience, usually trees which receive the fertilizer grow faster on your farm. But, I mean, honestly, if I would be able to get 20 oaks up here and ready to be tapped by tappers, which obviously is going to require some stupid quantities of copper, now that I think about it, it might actually help me speed up the whole process of getting to those higher quantities of kegs. And trust me, with the limited farming space here at the farm, having kegs is gonna be beneficial, especially if we get to the Fern Island. The reason behind me wanting to get to the Fern Island is the fact that this is the land of the eternal summer, which means you will never run out of the star fruit. that can be grown there. And because you can squeeze in over like 22 iridium quality sprinklers, which are supported on that island soil, yeah, you're gonna love that island once you are able to stay there and use the land as your expansion of the farm. Because currently my farm, most of it is just nightmare when it comes to watering requirements on its own. So I do realize that I was not able to go into like the secret woods, but yeah, we're gonna have to start waiting for some of these fall crops to get done in order for me to make sure that I will be able to start dropping them off for the full bundle. I just want to double check if I picked up the mushrooms. I think I did. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to go to sleep. So the birthday boy has been handled. Acorns can be given here. This can be dropped off as well. These two as well. We need just 5. I need just 100. So I really don't have to hold on to more than I do require. I'm going to place these over here just so that I have some sort of a system in this whole mess of the things. I'm gonna need to plant those full seeds or do something regarding them, but honestly, if you're gonna go crazy on the mahogany trees, your foraging skill is gonna be much more thankful to you than if you would just keep dealing with some of these other forageables, because yeah, especially now when the forageables can have all sorts of qualities to them until you get to level 10, where you can ensure that all of your forageables have the same quality, which is the iridium quality, which is awesome. Yeah, until then, it's kind of an annoying thing to deal with. So you know what, let's grab 2 pieces of pale ale, or 2 pieces of hops, sorry. And you know what, I'm actually thinking, let's go coffee. Yeah, I kind of feel like I deserve some coffee. At least something to help me transition from point A to point B a bit faster. Cool. That's gonna be a tricky part. I really need to know what will be the luck tomorrow. And our mining skill has leveled up by me clearing out few rocks, which is awesome. Okay, so unfortunately, not that much of a yield today, but I also did not have that many expenses. So I'm really hoping we're gonna be able to turn this thing around. Those torches totally threw off 2,500 profit. It would be such a nice round number. Okay. So let's take a look at the calendar and see what awaits us. So on the next 2 episodes, we do not have any birthday. Then we're gonna have Jody and Abigail subsequently, followed by the Stardew Valley Fair, followed by Marnie, then later on Robin. Robin is easy to manage because she loves spaghetti. You can get those from Gus. Abigail, she likes the blue stuff. Jody, she likes the shiny stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna be able to manage. And George, we're just gonna give him a leak, and that's gonna be that. So let's take a look at the weather report for the next episode. Okay, so we're gonna have the first rainy day of the season. This is making me think that I should start laying down the groundwork for the huge amount of wheat which I do possess, because I usually rely on the rainy days to do the watering themselves, so that I don't have to spend the day doing so. And today is also a lucky day, which is awesome, because theoretically I can then spend it doing something productive, and we are getting our hands on some first crops. That's corn. Okay, so I am really considering dropping in either coffee or something else, just to offset some of the production costs, or to help me run a bit faster. After all, I was able to get my hands on a couple of more things. Now I'm gonna require, let me double check. Okay, so eggplant is for 2 recipes. Survival burger, which requires bread, cave carrot, and eggplant, and this is obtained once you reach foraging skill of 2. And then there is the eggplant parmesan, which you get by mixing eggplant and tomato. So I don't know why it's not eggplant tomato dish and it mentions parmesan when there's no cheese included. But you get that recipe when you increase your friendship with Lewis up to 7 hearts or more. Okay, so how the heck do I want to do this? Because otherwise, when it comes to the eggplant, right? Yeah, if I turn this into either juice or the pickled version of it. Okay, so let's say that we get the base value ones. Those are sold for 60 gold. If I put it into preserve jar and pickle it, I'm gonna get 170 gold, which, okay, that's almost 3 times the value. And if I turn it into juice, it's just 135 gold. So there's more value for me to turn this into the pickled version of its own. But I'm actually thinking that I'm just gonna go with the fall crops. How do I want to do this? I do have corn. I do have eggplant. It's still gonna take me time to get to these 2 things. So I'm gonna have to wait for that to be done. So let's get rid of the higher value items. And let's keep some of these for theoretical preserving if I will be too damn desperate. Okay, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna put in a bunch of coffee and I'm gonna be generous enough to go see Gus and theoretically consider getting the triple shot espresso recipe. This is actually gonna kill a stupid quantity of my coffee. So I'm not going to be able to reproduce this anytime soon. This can go into the silo. We do have 9 pieces of mixed seeds. Now, unfortunately, the chances of me getting a beet out of the mixed seeds is super low. So, yeah, most likely I'm gonna come across like corn or something, and I already have plenty of corn growing here. I need to think of some plan for this. Okay, so let me try to water everything, and I'll talk to you in a couple of moments, okay?
One eternity later.
Okay, so I do realize that this might seem a bit excessive, but all things considered, if we consider how much hay and how much wheat I can get out of this, it's gonna be extremely beneficial for me, especially due to the fact that I'm gonna be able to make more beer, and beer takes lesser amount of time in comparison to the pale ale to be brewed, if I recall correctly, which means I'm gonna have something to work with in the meantime, put it into the kegs and so on and such. Now I still need to finish off the watering of the damn crops. I need to go see Robin regarding that construction. So that is gonna happen. After which... I'm thinking... It's a lucky day. I need the copper for further smelting. Sorry. I need copper for further smelting. I need more coal, so theoretically doing a mine run would be beneficial for me just due to the fact that I also need to get my hands on the dwarf scrolls. Now, unfortunately, I'm still missing the first and the fourth one, and with the percentages in which they tend to spawn, I don't like my odds one bit. Now, due to the financial restraints, I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna go more with the pale ale production in comparison to wine production. I might be tempted to consider sacrificing few of the kegs for production of the wine, but at this point, at this point, I'm actually thinking I won't do that. Also, I can load in the corn for seed maker because, well, on the next season of summer, I will be able to just plant the corn, not have to spend the actual money. And by doing so, I should be able to focus on some other things regarding the farm on its own. Okay, so it's 12:10. I really need to go see Robin, so let's make sure that that has been taken care of. So that is gonna be that. The hay is gonna be dropped off for the time being. And the trilobite. Trilobite is also a decent thing to consider. Okay, we are getting more of the oak resin, which is awesome because I'm going to be able to make 2 more kegs. Theoretically, I should go look in the cinder sap woods to see what the current situation of the production over there is like. By doing so, I should also go into the secret woods and see if I can get my hands on some hardwood and some other stuff, because through you chopping hardwood, you're gonna get a much more points into your foraging skill in comparison to when you are foraging for stuff. So let's go ahead and build the second silo, which is gonna be adjacent to the original one. Like this means that behind that silo where is that tiny gap, I'm gonna be still able to enter the space between the small pond or small little lake, or what I should call that thing, body of water, whichever way you prefer. And that is gonna allow me to basically squeeze in through there, so I won't have to like bypass a whole chunk of the place. I know it's not that much of a enormous shortcut or saving of a time, but I'll take whatever I can get, to be perfectly honest, at this point. Now, I'm not really sure how many sheep I plan on getting regarding wool and regarding loom. Loom requires the resin from the fern trees, so yeah. Okay, let's go bust up. Let's go to the secret woods. I really wanna also make sure that I get into the mines. But because the whole production of everything has been held up by production of the coffee, that is not gonna be that much of a great payday for me. So, I have 2 of these, I need 2 of these, I need like 2 of these, and I need this if I recall correctly. It's 2 additional pieces, which means 2 more things. Theoretically, I can actually load in 2 melons and start making some wine. And yes, I have not forgotten regarding the lovely sturgeon. I'm quite sure he's gonna request that diamond, which I was able to obtain. So let's go grab that. Let's make some more coal happen. So if this turns out to be diamond, then that's a nice thing to get out of the hands. So both of these are going to be able to start reaching the higher population. Unfortunately, once again, I have been kind of disappointed with the drops. Don't see any lobster. You gotta let me know if you have came across a decent spot in the farm, or the beach farm specifically, where you can get a lobster out of the crab pots most likely. And of course, here is room for additional 2 fish ponds, which is why I left this spot kind of separate or left out without no further construction or anything of such kind, just to be prepared for that. Okay, Really want to go see my friend Gus regarding that triple shot espresso recipe. Now, honestly, ever since triple shot espresso has been implemented, we already did have two triple shot espressos in one of the drops at the farm, which reminds me there is that flotsam which I should check upon. But the thing is that if you actually go and try to get your hands on triple shot espresso, the effect of the coffee is like triple. So you get faster for a much longer time, which means that you will be able to basically keep working for much longer time as well. Now, I was not able to go ahead and purchase any of the damn rice at pier. Is this tiger trout? Yes, that is a tiger trout. So now that I have additional fish for the fish bundle, I will have to make damn sure that I will try to catch the walleye throughout the next episode, because it's gonna be the first rainy day and that fish only appears during rainy days. Now obviously during the winter season, which is the other season throughout which it appears, you might be able to get it, but I'm not really sure how it's gonna be affected because there's no rainy days during the snow season or winter season. So yeah, maybe it's just when it's like heavily snowing outside or something. I don't know. We will see. We will see what will happen. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna catch as much fish as I can out of the high concentration spot, and I still should have time to go and check on the cinder salads. I'm gonna have to keep some salmons by the end of the season, otherwise we are gonna be screwed, especially when it comes to Alex's salmon dinner, which don't even get me started on that. Okay, so Gus will still be open. That is the beauty of the saloon, and I will try to acquire the recipe. I think it's around 3,000 gold. I don't want to check it right now because I'm catching the fish, but I mean, we're gonna go to the saloon shortly. The smallmouth bass is gonna be used up for the production of the maki rolls, so that's perfectly fine. And at least I'm gonna get some energy out of it. This might be either a pike or another tiger trout. Actually shocked that I'm able to reel this fish in so easily. I thought it used to be much more difficult. Oh yeah, fall season. If it's gonna rain, that should mean theoretically that also the catfish might have returned. I'm gonna have to check this after I'm done here. I'm actually glad that I'm getting some green algae, believe it or not, because with how much fishing I'm doing in the ocean waters, I'm not able to pull out these many green algae normally. So this is actually a nice bonus because, well, let's just face the fact that there is that room for 2 additional fish ponds at the farm alone, right? So just that space will consume 10 additional green algae, and I cannot guarantee. Yeah, I was able to acquire 5 pieces of green algae, which means that I'm going to be able to build at least one, and the other one is going to have to be built from the already built up reserve of the green algae, which I do have. Okay, I also need to kind of manage my energy levels because I have kind of went overboard here with the fishing, and I still have not found out when I'm gonna get another quest from that massive bulletin board. Okay, I'm getting a lot of tiger trout. This fishing spot is paying off amazingly. Sometimes you just get lucky and one of these things lasts for God knows long. Sometimes you are able to reel in like 20 fish in the amount of time which would normally take you a whole day. So if they are biting, you should keep casting if you don't have bigger fish to fry during that day. Now, I have already managed to put in the construction request by Robin. So the only thing which is left for me is to basically go and see if there is anything to forage at the beach and see what I can acquire in the cinder sap woods or the secret woods. And also I'm gonna try to chop down some of those damn pesky mahogany trees. I also want to grab the triple shot espresso recipe. how many do we have? Can I get it up to 10? The problem is gonna be bait tomorrow, or on the next episode. Because we have like 15 crab pots, and if I will not get enough of the bait from the bait machines, which I currently have installed at the farm, I'm gonna have to go see Willy regarding this, which is one additional stuff throughout the day, which, let's face it, is not the best use of time and money, all things considered. But yeah, the fish keep biting, so I'll just keep fishing. And yeah. Wow, I cannot believe there's that much fish. Now, logically, the smallmouth bass is gonna probably be stored in the fridge, because the maki rolls, they pay for themselves in the energy return, so why the heck not? The other fish, they are gonna get definitely sold. One of the tiger trout should be dropped off, however, at the bundles. And I want to actually double check if that is not gonna... Okay, I need one more, but I also need to eat something. So how about I eat the damn bread, because I cannot make the stuffing as is. And finally, the spot has run off because I paused for a while. Who knows, maybe I will be able to reel in that one additional green algae, but what the heck. What's done is done. So if I'm correct, it's 3,000 for the recipe. Oh, 5? Son of a biscuit, okay. Tortillas. Tortillas are also a great recipe. Now I'm gonna most likely go for that as well. Not exactly happy about spending the money on this, but what you need to keep in mind is that except of the triple shot espresso recipe, all the recipes which you get from Gus would you otherwise obtain through watching the lady in the TV cooking show. I totally forgot what's the name of the show. So yeah, that's what you need to consider. So yeah, it's gonna be 8:30 soon, so I'm gonna probably call off the episode here. If you did like it, leave a like. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, etc., feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'm gonna appreciate it 10 times more than those weird links that some of the bot accounts keep leaving, because, that's YouTube. What can I tell you? So yeah, also, if you are interested in what the channel is up to, the best way to find out is to subscribe. I publish content on a weekly basis. I do playthroughs, discussions, early game reviews, tips and tricks, guides, whatever I can manage to put myself through. I'm no longer limited with hardware, but now I'm actually limited with the amount of time. So if there is actually some support or feedback from the community, and I know that there is some demand for content, I'm more motivated to, I don't know, maybe sleep less and write more or record more and try to publish more content on the channel. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy the episode. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Hopefully you are staying safe, and I will see you in the comments or at the next one. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there. See you soon. Bye bye for now.